Hi folks, today on 1 Minute Math, we're talking about the slope of a line. The slope of a line is a measure of how steep it is. So if we look here at this red line, it's a very large slope. It's very steep. That might be a slope of 5 or 6. This green one has a small slope. That might be like 1/5 or 1/6. And then this blue line in the middle has a slope of 1. Larger numbers of slope correspond with steeper lines. Slope is usually measured as a fraction. Rise over run is a classic way to think about it. The number that represents the vertical change is on the top of the fraction, and then the number that represents the horizontal change is on the bottom of the fraction. There are 3 ways to compute slope. You can look at a graph, you can find it numerically between 2 points, or you can find it on an equation. Looking at a graph, if I find 2 points on my graph, I want to compute how far up, what is the vertical change from one point to the other, and how far over, what is the horizontal change from one point to the other. Here on this graph, I can see that the horizontal change from one point to the other is 1. The vertical change, it goes up 3 from 2, 3, 4, 5 to 5. So my slope, rise over run, we could think of it as a change in y, that triangle means change, over a change in x, here would be 3 over 1, or I could just say 3. Let's try one more from a graph. In this case, I'm going down 2, and I'm going to the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This slope would be -2 over 5. Okay, from 2 points, if I'm given 2 points, I'm going to call them x1, y1, and x2, y2. I'm going to subtract the y values to get my change in y. 11 minus 7 is 4. I'm going to subtract the x values. 5 minus 2 is 3, and that is my slope. If I'm looking at the equation of a line at y equals mx plus b, the slope is simply the number that comes with the x, the number on the x. In this case, the slope is 3/5, and this bottom one, my slope here is 5. It's not always the number that comes first, it's the number that is attached to the x. That's it for 1 minute of slope. I hope you found that helpful. If you want the full explanation of this topic, be sure to click the link in the comments. See you next time.